Greetings, students. First of all, I want to congratulate all of you for having been able to register in this university. From your first year, you are now on your final hurdle of your studies. I want to congratulate you that you were able to survive all the trials and tribulations that you were confronted with as a law student. Today, I want us to focus on let us focus on our course outline. I have given you the course outline. I gave it to the class reps and other students whom I have directed to have it posted in your WhatsApp group. So I guess everybody is in that WhatsApp group, and everybody will be able to access the course outline. Our course outline is very easy. It's all that we have done in the past 3 years, but for legal practice A, we are going to be doing it practically. We have done practicals with a few students that attended our first classes and the second class. Although I am not happy with the attendance. The attendance was very bad, but I think it will improve. Students, I had been given information about your class, and the information I got was that you are a very irresponsible class. But I am hoping for the best, because you've actually proven that perception wrong as far as I'm concerned, because I told everyone to come in class clad in black and white presentable clothes so that you can look professional. We are actually molding you to be professionals. You cannot go to court with bum shorts and with your cleavage showing. You've got to be presentable as a professional lawyer. So that's exactly what we are busy with. And I can say that all is not lost. To me, you look like very good students, presentable students, students who are eager to learn. Let us keep it that way and make sure that when we get out of this university, everybody is well equipped. You know exactly what to do when you get to court. So we will follow the course outline, but sometimes, because we are co-teaching the module with Prof. Aya, we will be leapfrogging around the topics that we need to deal with. Prof. Aya will deal with the first part of the course line, and I will be dealing with the rest of the outline. But I know that Prof. Aya has dealt with the conducting of consultations, legal ethics, and the Legal Practice Act. It is important for all of you to understand the Legal Practice Act, because it is your Bible, it is your guidance. It will guide you as to whether you are a fit and proper attorney or you are not. So you will have to know the important sections of the Legal Practice Act that deal with your character, your ethics, how you should behave in court, the things that you cannot do. I've spoken to you guys about the problem of being declared fit and proper. It is very difficult to stay that way. I know there are temptations. Sometimes you might lose your temper and get involved in things that are unbecoming for an attorney. So you have a duty to always remain a fit and proper person, because in a very short space of time, you will be required to go and apply for admission as an attorney in Pietermaritzburg. And if there's anybody who knows anything sinister about you, that person has a right to go and make an application that you should not be allowed to be admitted as an attorney because you are not a fit and proper person. So the scale and the test is very high. That is why I am stressing that you cannot behave like any other ordinary student in this university. You have an obligation to be different, to be professional at all times. Even during trying times, you've got to act professional. Even when you feel that you are being disrespected, but you've got to maintain your dignity, the dignity of the university, and your profession. Law is a noble profession. You are not here to make money. That should be clear. If you are here to make money, then you are in the wrong profession. Because I'll tell you, some of you will be attorneys. They will be admitted as attorneys. Once you have been admitted, you will want to start buying expensive car using monies from your trust account. That is an unbecoming conduct, and before you know it, you will be struck off the roll. So, students, I am warning you, if you want to last in this profession, you are not going to be seen as this flamboyant lawyer who drives expensive cars at the beginning of the career. Maybe that will happen as you grow older and get experienced in the profession. You will definitely drive expensive cars and own expensive houses, but it does not start with you in the first instance when you've just been admitted as an attorney. So be careful not to try and be like seasoned attorneys. Of course, you need to start step by step until you get to a stage where everybody can see that you are this flamboyant lawyer. So I am warning you, and this is just a fatherly warning to my kids, that please be professional, be fit and proper all the time. Another important thing, students, is that you should make it a habit for you to come to the law clinic and be useful. There will always be work at the law clinic, whether we call people who must give us funding, or we call people and set appointments for our projects, or we write letters to whoever, to the Minister of Justice for some prison, for some prisoners that want to be released on parole or things like that. So there'll always be work at the law clinic. So you are all cordially invited to make it a habit that at least once a week you visit the law clinic around when you have a free period, or you can even make arrangements to say you want an appointment with me to come to the law clinic, or with my assistants at the law clinic, Mr. Dlamini and Mr. Nenzangabo. So make it a habit, because I'll tell you, coming to the law clinic makes us know you, and when the time comes where you will be needing references, you can always come to the law clinic and say, can I be given a reference, because where I am applying, they need a reference from the university or a place where I have done voluntary work. So everybody is free to come and do voluntary work at the law clinic. You will not be paid, but you will do voluntary work, including washing the dishes. You must make it a habit, all of you, to come to the law clinic and do the dishes, because you may never know where you will be working. There will be nobody to do the dishes, and for you to be fit and proper, you must also be able to stay in a clean environment. That's also being fit and proper. So make it a habit to come to the law clinic. Okay. Then we'll start by the first issue that you have on your study guide, that is now conducting consultations with your client. Remember, this is your client, this is your work, your bread and butter depends on clients. So you've got to respect your clients at all times. First of all, you must make your client feel comfortable. He or she might be coming with a big problem that he wants you to sort it out as a lawyer. Some cases it will be a civil matter, but because in this semester we are talking criminal matters, so it will be consultations for criminal matters. Your client comes to your office with a problem that a relative has been arrested. So the first thing that you need to do is to make the client comfortable. Do not ever promise that you are going to make sure that the client is released or is not found guilty, because it depends on the merits of the case. You cannot give promises, to people that if they come to your practice, even if a person has committed an offense, you are going to make sure that they go scot-free. It does not happen. If somebody is guilty, he's guilty. If somebody has killed someone, they must go to jail. So as a lawyer, you will try to represent them and make sure that justice is served. That is also to make sure that there are no irregularities. We talked in class about the fact that you will see that some prisoners are kept in the cells, in the police station cells, for more than 48 hours. Those are the things that you should look for, because once somebody is kept in cells for more than 48 hours, then you know that something is not right. And I told you, you can apply in court that the case be dismissed or your client be released because he has been now unlawfully incarcerated. Police have a duty to bring suspects to court within 48 hours. So those are the things that you will need to find out from your client when he comes in to your office talking about somebody who has been arrested, who is also incarcerated. All right. Like I've said, you make the person feel comfortable. You will have at the reception, your receptionist is the first person that interacts with your clients. So what you need to do, you need to train your receptionist that they should treat your clients with respect. Sometimes they would have been traveled a long journey coming all the way from Nongoma to Durban or Ngwavuma to Durban to come and see you because you are this famous attorney. So first of all, you first find out that if they don't need some refreshments like tea, right? Refreshments, tea. If they need food, you can also provide them with food. You can run to the nearest steers, buy them Wacky Wednesdays if it's a Wednesday, and provide your clients some food so that they can feel comfortable, right? But remember, the tea that you are giving to your clients, they have to pay for it. The Wacky Wednesday that you've given to them, they have to pay for it. But you can't say, I want money for it. It will be embedded, somehow embedded in your invoices. You don't say this is for tea or this is for, but you will find a way to say, okay, I was going to charge this client 3,500 for opening the file because she has also drank my tea. Let me embed the money for tea. Say the money for tea could be about 30 rands and the working Wednesday is 49 rands. So you add that money in that 3,500 for opening the file. You know it's there, but it's embedded. You don't talk about it because it embarrasses your practice. But it's there because you can't be going around like a charity giving away money. Otherwise, you're going to be a very poor lawyer, right? So you embed it in the fees that you are charging your clients, right? So you will ask them to ask your receptionist, before you even talk to a client, the client must pay some money to open the file. That money is the money that you will use to make calls if you want to make calls, if you have to travel to the police station to do consultations with somebody who has been arrested, you will then use the same money. So it is important that you demand that your clients pay money before you have to be professional all the time. And during consultation, you need to close the door properly. Don't allow anyone to enter the office where you are having a consultation. Remember, this client has paid you money, and you will even tell your receptionist that she's not allowed to pass any calls through, or what do we call it, send calls through for your attention, because you are busy consulting and you need an undivided attention for your client. So you will not take calls and you will not make calls that have got nothing to do with your client. So this is how you should do it. The moment, say now the time is 10:41, once your client gets in, you take a piece of paper, you write the name of the client and you write the time, because consultations are charged per hour. How do you count an hour? You count an hour from the first minute. From the first minute that you started consultations, that is the beginning of an hour. Even if that consultation can end 2 minutes later, you are going to charge an hour, right? If an hour ends and you start another minute, then you will charge now the second hour. So you must have a structured fee for consultation per hour, so that even when your auditors come from the LPC to look at your books, you will tell that because you must justify all the money that you take from the people. That is why you need to record the time when you started the consultation, because your fees will be based on how much time you spent with your client. So it goes like that. The first minute, then you charge an hour. If it ends on the second minute, if your consultation ends in the first minute and you charge 2,000 Rand per hour for consultation, you are going to charge 2,000 Rand. And when the first hour elapses, the first minute, then you charge another 2,000 Rand. Right? Even if the second minute ends, say 20 minutes before an hour ends, you'll say 1 hour 20 minutes, but you're going to charge 2 hours. You're not going to charge 1 hour 20 minutes. It's going to be 2 hours. So you will not encourage your clients to just call you for just to talk about the weather, to say, hey, is it raining where you are? You can't ask those questions. Because the moment your client calls you, you stop everything and you tell me, okay, let us consult, and then you take your paper. You'll see your client is not in your office, but he called you at 12 o'clock, then you start recording 12 o'clock, and then you start consultation. If he talks about the weather, you can't stop him, let him talk about the weather, but you are going to charge him for that. And if he spends 2 hours talking about politics and how good his party is, and then at the end, towards the end of your conversation, then he talks about the real subject that you are representing in, then you will charge those hours, including the one that he started talking about, the actual subject, which is about your representation. So you need to be careful. You don't use the client's time to do other things. It's only consultation, and you're going to charge your client for consultations only. Right, so I think we are done with consultation. And you will always keep to the professional side of things. Don't be reckless. Pay attention. Listen to your client. Take notes of whatever is said. Ask questions for clarity, and then advise. That's how you go about consultation.